You've got 1 hour. The clock is running, the pages are blurring together, and you are staring down a mountain of unstructured information. You are facing the BOT 126S Mushroom Cultivation internal test. To prepare, you have a massive stack of handwritten notes mixed in both Marathi and English. This 20-mark question paper is your actual target. Reading your notes sequentially is a tactical error. Look at the structural reality. 8 marks for short answers in question 1, and 12 marks for long-form synthesis in question 2. A perfect score comes from reverse engineering the paper to extract high-yield topics and ignoring the rest. We'll start with question 1. These quick hits require heavy upfront memorization, but they pay out in guaranteed points. First, you need to lock down the basic anatomy. You have the fruiting body up top, the cap, gills, and stipe, separated from the root system below, the mycelium. Understanding this split is foundational for all subsequent answers. You must know the exact Latin spellings for the 2 most critical commercial varieties. Oyster is Pleurotus austriatus, and button is Agaricus bisporus. There is a specific historical timeline to secure. Cultivated mushroom farming dates back 600 years to China, though Romans and Egyptians utilized them even earlier. Finally, the paper asks you to contrast edible and non-edible mushrooms. Your notes highlight that non-edible varieties might change color or emit a foul smell. Keep in mind, this binary checklist is strictly for securing exam points. This entire section demands rote memorization. By accepting that cognitive load now, you secure nearly half the paper's total value without needing complex analytical thinking. Now we move to the most critical technical concept in the course, the creation of spawn. This is the sterile seed used to grow the mushrooms. Mushroom cultivation begins in a sterile laboratory environment, a technical requirement far more precise than traditional outdoor farming. To answer question 1E, you have to list the prerequisite facilities. You need an autoclave and a laminar airflow hood to create a pure culture on PDA media. Jump into the chronological steps of spawn preparation. Step 1. Wash and boil wheat or bajra grains for 20 minutes. Once dry, hit the chemical stage. Add calcium carbonate and calcium sulfate. Finally, load into a conical flask, autoclave for sterilization, and introduce pure culture. Mastering this flowchart prepares you for both the facilities and preparation questions, simplifying a complex biological process into a predictable exam answer. The final 12 marks depend on paragraph-level synthesis to build a complete argument. The paper asks for the scope of mushroom cultivation. You need to map this out for the examiner as a systematic 4-pillar argument. This chart plots the first 2 pillars: economic viability due to low capital and agricultural efficiency from recycling waste. The final 2 pillars elevate the argument: high nutritional value packed with proteins and strong export potential to generate foreign exchange. Now, avoid the biggest time-wasting trap in your notes, the culinary recipes. These detailed instructions for mushroom soup include specific ingredient weights for carrots and cabbage. Knowing these measurements yields 0 marks on a botanical science paper. Optimizing your study time means abandoning the kitchen to focus on the macroeconomic and production house structures that the 12-mark questions actually test. Let's lock in the final review. When you sit down in that room, you only have 1 hour to execute. First, memorize the taxonomical terms and historical milestones. Second, practice drawing the sterile spawn preparation flowchart from memory. Third, outline the 4 socioeconomic pillars for your long answer section. This strategy prioritizes academic performance over recreational or culinary mushroom knowledge. By respecting the biological science of the mycelium and deploying this targeted strategy, those chaotic pages of notes no longer matter. Passing the BOTU 126S exam becomes a simple matter of execution.